place looks pretty when it's full. The zoo is sold out for a visit from the #2 team in the land. You're watching the SEC on ESPN. Missouri is their conference opener for Georgia, already a winner at South Carolina, presented by Xfinity. Temps in the mid-60s under clear skies, and it's a glorious morning here in Columbia, which is not the capital of Missouri. That's Jefferson City. Here's Brian Griese. I'm Steve Levy. 5 of the top 10 teams in the country on the road this weekend. We saw Penn State in a battle in Champaign last night into the third quarter. Will Georgia be tested into the fourth today?
When NFL scouts go to evaluate Locke and any quarterback, they want to see the best defenses. So what scouts are going to do is put in the Georgia tape and the Alabama tape. So this is one of the two most critical games that he's going to play in his career. Locke now has the keys to the car. He's setting protections, he's identifying defenses, he's playing the quarterback position for the first time in his life this year in a new system, and he's doing a great job so far. I'm excited to see him today. He's going to have to play big if Missouri's going to pull off this upset.
And Todd is all decked out in gold. It's the Gold Rush game. An annual favorite for the fans and for the Tigers of Missouri, who come in 3-0. The Bulldogs come in at 3-0 as well. Georgia has won the toss, and they will receive. Tucker McCann has the ball on a tee. And we are underway from Columbia. Mecole Hardman from the goal line. Look to run it out. And it's a burst right up the middle. And Hardman is out to the 35. And so Jake Fromm and company will start with excellent field position. The native of Warner Robins, Georgia. 12,745 yards passing in high school, fourth most in Georgia history. And a year ago, as a freshman, led the Bulldogs to the national championship game. A couple of inches either way. There were a lot of inches left on that field a year ago in Atlanta, and the outcome could have gone the other way. And all the great defensive players they lost. No Nick Chubb, no Sony Michel, and DeAndre Swift steps in nicely. Here's the handoff. It is Swift, his first carry, and he's got first down yardage.
Many teams in college football that lose a guy like Nick Chubb and Sony Michel, and none of the coaches have any concern, right? Not only DeAndre Swift, but they got 3 other backs with Elijah Holyfield, Harrion, and James Cook, the brother of Dalvin Cook. We'll see all 4 of them in this game probably today.
Out to midfield on this opening drive for Georgia. On the ground, it's Swift again, picking and choosing, and this time will be dropped for a loss. Cam Hilton came up from his strong safety spot. Second down and 11. James Cook, the true freshman from Miami, checks in. 2 tight ends set here for the Bulldogs. Fromm trying to set up the screen, and it is well set up to Cook. And he is very close and has first down. Well, maybe they spot him just a yard short. Third down and 1. Holyfield is the setback. Fromm to throw. Has time to step up and throws in the double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Christian Holmes. And the first big play of the game to Missouri.
A great job by Missouri defensively coming up with the scheme. You get a team in third and long situations, and you're going to bring pressure. Right here, the pressure's going to come, and you're going to drop into a zone. Jake Fromm reads it, makes an accurate throw to Hardman, but Hardman doesn't realize he's right in between 2 Missouri defenders, and a great job by Holmes of just being physical and ripping that football away. Most DBs, Steve, would just knock it out, but he's looking for the turnover.
Able to complete to his tight end, Kendall Blanton. You see some of the measurables on Locke.
Yeah, and certainly he's got the size, he's got the arm strength, can throw the ball, as far as you need to throw. You see the stats last year, 44 touchdown passes. But I think the biggest difference with Drew Lock is he has changed his definition of success. And it's not about stats, it's not about touchdown passes, it's about winning. And that's a different approach for him.
Lock to throw again. Has good time, has a man wide open. It's Tyler Beatty out of the backfield. Tyler Beatty down the sideline. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We'll see where they spot it. You can see the official.
That was close, Steve. Unbelievable athletic play by Beatty. And I think his right foot will be the foot in question. He's coming out of the backfield. He's the halfback, third string halfback, but he's a great receiver. And as he tries to tiptoe down the sideline, his right foot right there, I think, is the one they're talking about. We'll see if they can do that against a good Georgia front.
3rd down and 9. Roundtree, the back, is split out top of your screen. Lock in as he throws. He's sent flying backwards. He completes to his tight end, and the ball comes out. It's Georgia's football. It's Tyson Campbell on the fumble return. And Campbell all the way to the house. Wow. Inches from converting on a 1st down. Drew Lock hit his tight end Albert Okwuegbunam, and he could not hang on to the football.
Yeah, Okwuegbunam was trying to fight for extra yardage to get the 1st down. And looked to me, Steve, like his forward progress had been stopped. Go back and take a look at this. Catches the football, and normally when that forward progress is stopped, right here the whistle blows, and there's a late strip by Tyson Campbell. Give credit to Campbell, but I think the official should have blown that whistle.
All right, Adam, thank you.
You tell Adnan to keep bringing those Michigan highlights against Nebraska. Everybody's been talking about 21 years ago playing against Nebraska.
Demarie Crockett, the ball carrier, and he explodes down to the 32. Todd.
Threat of this offense, but he has to be healthy to exploit that.
2nd down and 6. There's Lock to throw and complete. It's Okwuegbunam, and he has the 1st down yardage and hangs on to the football this time.
Yep.
2nd down and 9. The 24 of Georgia. Lock has time for a cup of coffee. Zips it in there across the middle. It's Kendall Blanton. And they're going to say incomplete. Ball was ripped out.
But all day to throw the football. This offensive line giving Drew Lock plenty of time. And you see Blanton coming across. That's just a great job by DeAndre Walker. He's the player that's trying to replace Lorenzo Carter, the outside linebacker from a year ago. He has to be able to cover the tight end. That was a mismatch that Kirby Smart was concerned about coming into this game, how they were going to cover these 2 tight ends from Missouri.
3rd and 9 didn't go so well for the Tigers last time. Here's Lock trying to set up the screen. It's batted up in the air and knocked down. It'll be 4th down. Jonathan Ledbetter got his hand up to knock it down.
Great job there because the screen was set up. A lot of times these offensive coordinators will throw the screen in 3rd and long situations in the red zone fringe, and if Ledbetter doesn't get his paw on that football, it could have been a 1st down.
Here's Tucker McCann from 41. Had the game winner from 25 the final seconds a week ago to get Missouri on the board. McCann boots it through. And no good. To the right, he misses. And we're going to lose a lot of footballs on that end of the field. The opportunity for Barry Odom and Mizzou to get on the scoreboard. Denied.
I'm coming right after a left tackle, Todd. You get a true freshman in there in a 3rd down situation.
3rd down and 9. Fromm gets pressure up the middle, hit as he throws. It's knocked up in the air and comes down harmless. And Trey Williams got the pressure. Riley Ridley, the intended target.
About, the Michigan-Nebraska, the matchup for the BCS National Championship that never happened, right? Back in the day. I'm happy to report, Scott Frost was the quarterback in Nebraska that year, and happy to report that if that game would have happened, it would have been at least a 2-touchdown win for the Wolverines.
2 touchdown, got it. Larry Roundtree, the ball carrier. Number 30, just out across midfield. They actually did a fake radio broadcast of the game. I sent you that this week because I care about you. Never happened.
Let me guess, the Omaha station had Nebraska winning.
Yes, I think you lost by 2 touchdowns. Roundtree on the ground.
Roundtree, the ball.
And it's a 1st down.
See if he can turn it loose at some point.
2nd down and 7.
Yeah, Todd, I think he's going to be more of a decoy, it looks like, because he just, when you hit that groin, it takes a while to heal.
Lock throwing. And completing for the first down yardage, it's Okuegbunam. On the ground on first down. It's Locke keeping it himself.
Boy, you're seeing some change of tempo from Missouri. Outstanding already. Getting into the red zone. I think Derek Dooley understands. He's trying to keep the same personnel grouping on the field for Georgia defensively to check their conditioning, Steve, early in this game.
Locke carried 5 times for 51 yards in the game against Wyoming, and people were flipping out about, look at the wheels. He got 10 on that last carry. Trying to set her up, wide open. It's the tight end, Albert O. Again, they keep going to him.
Well, Okuegbunam makes the catch, but I think the ball was intended for the running back. Larry Roundtree came out on a wheel route, and 2 guys in the same spot. One of them is not right, but it works out for Missouri.
Usually you would attract too many defenders there, too.
I think that was supposed to go to Roundtree, and if Okuegbunam had run the right route and cleared that side of the field out, it may have been a touchdown.
10 more yards on the plate. Mizzou rolling here. On the ground, it's Roundtree initiating some contact, and he picked up the first down easily.
It's to their game.
Because you're better. Albert O is just fine for me. Appreciate the assistance. Locke to throw, back in the end zone. It is incomplete. Nate Brown was there. Both officials in the neighborhood waving it off. Eric Stokes had the coverage.
Very close, well-thrown ball from Drew Locke, and Nate Brown never had that football in his control. Interesting, they haven't even targeted Emmanuel Hall yet in this football game. He's been their #1 receiver the past couple of years. Matched up at the bottom of the screen.
On the ground, a Roundtree. Barreling his way. Still barreling. He gets there. Touchdown. Third possession for Georgia in a tie game, and it's DeAndre Swift with a big run on first down. And he's out beyond the 40-yard line, gain of 15. And by far the longest play of the early day for Swift and the Bulldog. Holyfield has checked in now, and Fromm will hand it to him. Holyfield trying the left side. He's out across midfield.
I love the tight end. He's so important for blocking the edge of the line of scrimmage to allow guys like Elijah Holyfield and Swift to get to the perimeter.
Final minute of the first quarter. It's Holyfield again. Inside the 40. And he's dropped inside the 35. A lot of famous bloodlines. We mentioned James Cook. His older brother is Dalvin. Of course, Elijah Holyfield. He's one of Evander's 11 kids. 5 girls, 6 boys. 2 of them named Elijah, by the way. Elijah did some boxing at one point. He said, I don't want to get punched no more. It's a good reason to get out of boxing. Imagine that, 11 kids, 2 named Elijah. All 11, by the way, start with the first letter E. Final 20 seconds of the quarter. On the ground, back to DeAndre Swift.
I think this Missouri defense needs to get up to speed with these backs in a hurry, because these backs have a little bit more juice, a little bit more explosion than backs that this Missouri defense has been playing with so far this season. They just have not been up to their speed so far.
They faced UT Martin, Wyoming, and Purdue, scoring at least 40 in all those games. But their defense will be tested here today. We're 7-all after 1 in Columbia.
You guys are doing a great job.
3rd and 7. Brown's got time. Still has time. Able to unload to Nauta, the tight end. He's short of the marker. Nate Anderson came up to make sure of it.
Well, Nate Anderson made a boneheaded play with the unsportsmanlike penalty on the last play, but a nice job here playing in zone coverage. Here he is right here. He's going to drop off and just sit there and wait for the tight end to come into his zone. He comes in, doesn't interfere with him, makes the tackle to force a 4th down.
Good solo tackle. Here's Blankenship on. Rodrigo, the folk hero from a year ago. Attempting from 44 yards away. Georgia back on top. Right into the construction zone. We brought a hard hat today.
Rodrigo Blankenship is good.
There you see. Yeah, this place is going to look beautiful next year, Grease. There's as you can see, there's quite a bit of renovation going on.
Drew Lock is more comfortable in the pocket. Part of it's because he's setting protections, but also he trusts his offensive line.
2nd down and 5. Here's Lock. They protect him well there. It's up in the air and an easy interception. It's picked off of Jonathan Johnson, and it's intercepted. It's Tate Crowder down to the 5. 2nd turnover by Missouri.
Boy, you can do everything, Drew Lock. Identify this blitz. There's going to be a 4 blitz, and they're going to get picked up. And here's Johnson. Everything works perfectly. The line, the back, the quarterback, all do it perfectly. And you have one guy that breaks an assignment, and that's Johnson. Lets that ball go right through his hands, and it's a turnover. Takes all 11 guys on offense to make this thing work, and you got one guy, and Crowder's the beneficiary.
It's a 43-yard return for the junior from Hamilton, Georgia. First down and goal with Justin Fields in at quarterback. And he will move the pile down to the 4-yard line. No surprise, Fromm will take a seat and be replaced by Justin Fields in this game.
Yeah, Fields just came in for looks like one play there in the red zone. And typically he'll come in that area of the field to use his legs. He's the star recruit, #1 overall recruit out of high school. And asking Kirby Smart about him yesterday, he says, I don't have a real plan for when he's going to come in. I just see how the game goes. The flow of the game dictates when he comes in.
He has seen action in every game so far. Fromm is back to throw. Back to the end zone. It's caught out of bounds. Nicole Hardman was there, made the catch, but he was out of the end zone.
That was a big-time throw from Jake Fromm. Hardman, nice route, corner route to the pylon. With his right foot come down in bounds. No, that was close. Good call.
Oh, look at you. Good call. You are in a good mood today.
Now what do you do here? 3rd and 4 from the 4-yard line. Leave Fromm in. They got Godwin at the top of the screen in man-to-man coverage.
Looking left and throwing nearly the identical spot for Hardman, but had no chance on that one. DeMarcus Acey on the coverage.
And this was a miss by Jake Fromm. Normally one of his best throws is that back shoulder throw, Steve. That's what this was going to be, but it's just too high for Godwin. If that ball were 2 feet lower on the back shoulder, Godwin would have had a chance.
And Fromm is the most accurate passer in the country. His completion percentage, he came in at better than 80%. The NCAA record is 72%. Well, the SEC record is 72%. Tim Couch of Kentucky in 98. Blankenship attempting the chippy for him. This is from 21 yards on the way, and it is good. So it's a win and a loss by Missouri.
Yeah, credit their defense.
They cough up the football, but able to hold Georgia from the 5 to a field goal.
I talked to Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs a few weeks ago, and he was saying the first few weeks I was trying to figure out how to find the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker, and identify him. So Locke getting at least a full year of training and what will be a pro-style system really helps him.
Here's 3rd and 10. And Locke was fading away with the pressure, and it falls incomplete.
Well, Todd, he didn't identify that protection. He had a free runner in Richardson right off the edge.
The Harpos in the 70s.
You think he was carrying it?
Yeah, he's strong. Track and field guy. John Anderson. Batted down and falls harmlessly away. Walter Palmore, the senior from Columbus, knocking it down. 2nd down and 20 after the marker. I'd like a close-up of Isaiah Wilson next opportunity, Schwabi. Here's Fromm to throw. This one is complete to Riley Ridley, the younger brother of Calvin. He makes the grab. It's a gain of 16.
Did he have an accent? Did you talk to him?
3rd and 4. I understand not the accent. Maybe the Georgia people have the accent. Depends how you look at it. Here's Holyfield on the quick pass down the sideline, and he's knocked out. Finally knocked out by Cal Garrett, but not until they get the big gain of 24. And he makes the stop there. 3rd and 6. Feels like a big play here. 8 minutes to go in the half.
Man-to-man coverage.
Just get the snap off in time. And Swift is upended. He was stopped in the backfield by Cam Hilton, who came up to make the stop, and it's 4th down.
You got to throw the football in that situation. 3rd and 6, and you know you have man-to-man coverage. You're going to have 8 or 9 guys in the line of scrimmage, and you're going to see Hilton come from the linebacker depth. That's a safety at linebacker depth. You can't run the football into that look.
This should be a long field goal. 3rd field goal attempt in the last 3 possessions. This will go from 49 for Rodrigo Blankenship. On the way, and it is no good. No good. Just the 8th missed field goal for Blankenship. 6 of the 8 beyond 40. It stays 13-7.
By Campbell.
Here's Locke. Has plenty of time. Shallow cross underneath the Roundtree out of the backfield. J.R. Reed made the stop.
Everybody wanted to talk about Sony Michel and Nick Chubb, but I think my biggest question with this Georgia team is these defensive starters that they lost from a year ago. Only returning 5 guys from a defense that gave up 16 points a game, and that was why they got to the national championship game.
Right.
So those are the questions that I think today you're going to start to answer against a really accomplished Missouri offense.
And yet we're told this defense might overall be faster, but it's so hard to replace all that NFL talent. 3rd and 15. Trying to get their first 3rd down conversion of the game. Trying to go to Nate Brown. Not that time. Eric Stokes feeling good about himself. 4th and 15.
They're trying to throw the back shoulder throw. Drew Lock puts this on a dime, Todd.
It's a really nice throw, and did a good job there reading the coverage and knew what he wanted to do. The problem they're having is that their best receiver, Emmanuel Hall, has been just taken out of this game by DeAndre Baker. He's following him from left to right all over the field. He shut him down.
Punt is blocked, and it's scooped up and scored. It's Eric Stokes, the redshirt freshman, on the touchdown. Special teams by Georgia.
So many ways for Georgia to affect the outcome of this game. They've scored a defensive touchdown, and now Stokes comes off the edge unblocked. Nobody accounts for him. That's number 39. That's Chris Turner, a defensive lineman, didn't even pop out to get a hand on Stokes, and that was the easiest punt block you'll ever see.
Well, not this week.
I'm going to go with Dirt.
Dirt's a good guess. 2nd down and 5. Here's Locke to throw. On the run. And he'll just throw that away. Bring up a 3rd down and 5.
I think Walter Grant, the outside linebacker, got away with a holding call in the end of line of scrimmage. They're trying to get the ball on a screen, and he just held the receiver.
Maybe he didn't get away with it.
Holding, number 84 defense. Holding an eligible receiver to a forward pass play that crossed the line. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic 1st down.
Again, they have yet to convert a 1st down here today. 4 minutes to go. 3rd and 7. Locke's got all sorts of time. Underneath, waiting for it to develop. And it is his tight end, and it is 1st down yardage. Okui Bunam on the receiving end.
As a senior in this program, these are the kind of wins you got to get.
3rd and 4. Hit as he throws. And the ball is out. Georgia thinks the turnover, and it's an incomplete pass. Julian Rochester came right up the middle and put the pressure on Drew Lock. 4th down. So, Georgia was going to get the football either way, but they get it with much better field position out at their own 45. DeAndre Swift right up the middle and into Missouri territory.
This defense, he's always talking, always moving, always signaling something.
From the throw, trying to go to the inside slant. Akil Crumpton was the intended target. Joshua Bledsoe had the coverage. 3rd down.
To stand up here after a sudden change situation and get a stop.
Big play time here at the Zoo.
Pressure look, all linebackers up. Will they drop 8?
Put it on the ground, DeAndre Swift.
Number 7.
Georgia trying to cross everyone up on 3rd and long. Adam Sparks made the stop from his corner position.
It was a great play by Sparks there. He saw the run, came flying over and made the play. If he wasn't there, that would easily have been a 1st down. It looked like from field level.
I think they're going to go for it here.
4th and 6 is part of the field. Minute 5 to go in the half. And Missouri will take a timeout.
Second charge timeout, Missouri. 30-second timeout.
Going on 4th and 6. And the whistles come in. Trey Williams looked like he was just a bit too anxious.
Offside, 93 defense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
It was 4th and 6.
Which changes this whole complexion of this down, right? I mean, you have to throw the football. Missouri was going to bring an all-out blitz and pressure. Now, Georgia's in their sweet spot. They're going to bring in as much beef as they possibly can and run the ball down your throat.
Reset the game clock to 104. 104 on the game clock, please.
Looks like Georgia will bring in 8 offensive linemen.
I've never seen anything like this.
I mean, there's all offensive linemen and 1 tight end and an offensive lineman in the backfield.
On the ground, it's Brian Harry and Terry Beckner came up to make the stop. They'll turn it over on downs. We'll go the other way.
Give credit to Terez Hall, the senior captain, outside linebacker. Here he is right here. He's just going to come right around and knife in. Great recognition. Comes up with a huge play for this defense. An interception return for a touchdown. You have to lead from that quarterback position.
Rock under pressure, hit as he throws. That ball comes out. And we'll see who falls on top. DeAndre Walker knocked it out again. Walker's always around the football.
Great job by Kevin Pendleton. He's the left guard and jumped on that football because you're right. I don't know if this was a fumble or a pass. Let's look. DeAndre Walker, back-to-back series where he's put pressure on the quarterback. Same exact play. Yeah, that's a fumble. And watch Pendleton. Pendleton, the left guard, comes in and saves the possession.
It looked like from down here that they thought it was a punt almost. They were looking at the ball, the Georgia defenders, and didn't go after it.
Guys, the clock is running out right now. We're down to 8 seconds left till halftime.
Because it wasn't an incomplete pass.
Right. And now we get whistles.
Delay a game.
Delay of game. Number 3, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
I think Barry Odom was just content to let the time run out his half.
He was telling them to just run the clock down.
Georgia still has, they'll take 3 timeouts with them to the locker room. If they wanted to give you some time to look at that.
Foul that stops the clock with under 1 minute and the game clock running. It's a 10-second runoff. That is into the second period.
In the final minute, we get the runoff. 20-7, Georgia on top. Send you back to Adnan, Joey, and Jim Mora in the studio.
To replace Lorenzo Carter and Davin Bellamy, and you see Georgia offensively has not been good enough in the first half. And I think that's why Kirby Smart was a little upset coming off the field. Only 6 points to show from that offense in the first half.
Opportunistic defense, though, has them in this excellent position. Tyler Beatty from the 5. Able to get out ahead the far side. And he'll be run out of bounds at about the 38. Rare that Rodrigo Blankenship does not have a touchback. It's a 35-yard return by Beatty. As we welcome you back, Steve Levy along with Brian Greasy. Todd McShay will join us shortly as well. Missouri chance to get their crowd back in this game. Set it up for Roundtree, and he loses the football, and it will go as an incomplete pass.
And that's what I'm talking about. These receivers, running backs, tight ends, everybody on Missouri's offense has put the ball on the ground. This is well set up. It's just a screen right here. And watch this big opening with 2 offensive linemen ready to block downfield. It's the perfect play call. And there it is right there. You're going to have a play, and you drop the football. Self-inflicted wounds for Missouri in this game.
Fatoni off the high snap. Hardman is back, and he buffs it. It's the muff, and Hardman's able to pick it up himself and is tripped up as he crossed the 40-yard line. That's the kind of day it's been for Georgia so far. They muff the punt and recover it for a big gain.
Boy. Miko Hardman is one of the most electric punt returners in the country. He's taken the ball back to the house a couple times and almost there. One step out of one tackle, and that would have been turned tragedy into triumph in the end zone.
They've had some good field position to work with, like they have here. Fromm's able to sneak that one in to Ridley, and he has first down yardage.
Kirby Smart was saying, basically laying into a couple of his players. And I think part of it had to do with the fact that they didn't get on that ball when it was fumbled, and they had the opportunity to, and they let the offensive lineman from Missouri get it, and he was screaming, we just gave them a field goal. We just gave them a field goal, basically, because he thought that they could have kicked a field goal in that situation. So he was hot. He actually composed himself for television, but right before that, it wasn't the same dude.
But you handled it beautifully, Todd.
Thanks, buddy.
Here's Swift on the ground, able to bounce it to the outside. And all of that winds up in a big gain on first down. Second and short.
Boy, and that run right in front of Kirby Smart, you could see him pumping his fist. That's exactly what he wanted to see from DeAndre Swift. Pushing the pile, never gives up on the run, keeps churning those legs. And with that kind of a cut, the vision to cut back, and then that shallow cut, and then the power, that's the whole package in one run.
Swift, the sophomore from Philadelphia. Second and 3. Give it to Swift, able to get outside for the first down yardage. Inside the 35, it's a gain of 8. Missouri's kind of been a bit of a bully, Grease. Last year they were 7-0 against losing teams. When faced with the prospects going up against winning teams, they were 0-6. So here's an opportunity to play one of the big boys in your place. It's not coming out well so far for them.
Well, this is not how you beat one of the big boys, turning the football over the way that they have. But all that being said, they're still in this football game, so can they find their composure, make a few plays on offense, and get back in this game?
Play fake, Fromm to throw. And leaping up for it is Ridley for the score. Touchdown, 33 yards. Jake Fromm to Riley Ridley. Put it where the defender could not get it.
And that's a gamble from Adam Sparks, the sophomore from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the corner. You'll see play action here. It's just a corner route, but Sparks tries to go underneath right there to get the football for the interception, and that's a gamble that you don't need to take as a corner. If you're beat that badly, just make sure you make the tackle. Ends up in a touchdown.
Blankenship boots through the extra point. Well, that escalated quickly.
And all that starts with the run game, right? They come out, establish a run game with DeAndre Swift, and then the play action is deadly offense.
Georgia has scored touchdowns on offense, defense, and special teams. Here in the third quarter. Here's Drew Lock to pass. They really have to throw now to get back in this game. And Lock will take a bump, stays in bounds. On Broadway and then some. Lots to offer. All teachers. We are a debt of gratitude to all of them. Jonathan Johnson able to hang on to that one. That was one of the big plays of the first half. Johnson had a catch, could have been a conversion. Came right out of his hands and led to interception the other way.
That's the first time you've heard his name, and it's probably not by accident.
15 yards on that reception. This is Nate Brown. As we see some of the Missouri quick passing game, that's a first down.
The course of the game.
Crockett trying to read it, and he leans across the line to gain line for a first down.
We talked a lot about Emmanuel Hall, the big play wide receiver from Missouri. He just limped off the field, was off the field for a couple plays. He's back in now, but again, he's really not effective today.
Todd, he doesn't have a catch today. He's been targeted one time, and that was on the fade route that went out of bounds. But
and almost at this point, Brian, it might be addition by subtraction if he comes off the field. Half the plays he's barely even running a route.
Yeah, and let him rest. And that injury is not going to get better by playing.
Because the decoy charade is over. Yeah. Everybody knows. 3rd and 5. DeAndre Baker still paying attention to him, top of your screen. Lock looking middle of the field. Jonathan Johnson, first down yardage. Here come the Tigers now. Down to the 11, it's a gain of 12. First and goal now. On the ground, it's Crockett. Standing up into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. 2nd down and 5. Clap and go down the sideline, back shoulder to Jeremiah Holloman. Holloman down the sideline, and that's how you respond by Georgia. Wow, was that quick for 61 yards and the score.
Wow, what a throw and catch. So LaMarcus Acey was in good position. This ball thrown right behind the shoulder, perfectly executed by Fromm. And watch Holloman stay in bounds. Clearly stayed in bounds. That's just poor tackling by Acey. And a huge response from Georgia offensively. See if he dropped that football, Steve.
Could this be another premature celebration?
Oh my. After what DeAndre Baker did against South Carolina, the fact that Holloman even close to drop that football close to the end zone is unbelievable.
If you look to the right corner of the end zone,
the ruling on the field of touchdown is under further review.
Christian Holmes is standing all by himself with the football in the end zone.
Again, the ruling on the field is a touchdown. It's hard from that angle to have enough indisputable video evidence to overturn that. Let's take a look at this one. And that field judge is right there. That one certainly looks like it could have been short. But again, I mean, if we're saying we think it might be, it has to be indisputable evidence to overturn that call. And I'm not so sure that the judgment call by the official in the replay booth is going to overturn that.
So, Holloman is a sophomore from Covington, Georgia.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Yeah.
So Kirby gets it both ways. He's going to be able to teach another valuable lesson, and he gets the touchdown to count.
I think he's gone beyond the teaching part of it at this point. That conversation might last a while on Sunday morning in the meeting room. Solomon takes a deep breath.
He's a lucky man. Good on Christian Holmes to be paying attention. Going to go for 2, up 33-14. Fromm motions everyone to his left bottom of your screen. throw to Harrion, and he won't get there. Knocked out of bounds, he fumbled, and that will keep the score at 33-14. Third and 2. That's batted down at the line. DeAndre Walker. He's got a nose and a hand for the football.
Yeah, I really like DeAndre Walker. You know, you talked about him a little bit at the beginning of the game. He played in 41 games in his career before this season, but he's become a starter. With the loss of Lorenzo Carter and Davin Bellamy, they're counting on him. He has affected this football game with 2 forced fumbles. You see the sacks, and he's got a couple of batted balls. Outstanding football player. Jake Fromm has settled down from the first half. Really didn't do a whole lot. Not a lot of production in the first half, 6 of 14. But in the second half, he's been perfect. And a lot of that has been placement of footballs down the field. A couple of back shoulder throws have led to touchdown.
Third and 1. Oh, big stick behind the line. Holyfield is stopped in a big way. He was rocked by Nate Anderson.
Boy, great job from Nate Anderson coming in from that defensive end position. Here he is right here. He's just going to knife in, and he's in the backfield in a hurry. That's true freshman Cade Mays, the left tackle, just not ready for the quickness of Anderson. I actually like that change.
Can't get away with those tricks, yeah. Trying to be on time, all the time. Here's Missouri, trailing 33-14, under 4 to play in the third. Here's Locke to complete the Jonathan Johnson middle of the field.
Drew Lock's pass.
With 3.5 to play here in the third. Locke to throw. Sideline, trying the back shoulder for Nate Brown. And it is a catch.
Steve, this is what gets so many people excited about Drew Lock. I mean, he's under immense pressure. Don't block the defensive end. He's in his face, and he throws a back shoulder throw to Nate Brown right on a dime.
16 yards on that last completion. And it's Beatty, the true freshman from Memphis, staying on his feet for more first down yardage. So he has been outstanding for this program, and we expect to see him, as Todd mentioned in the open, at the next level. Playing on Sundays in the old league. Here's Locke to throw. Steps up and fires. Able to complete to Jonathan Johnson. Good second effort by Johnson. And it'll bring up a first and goal.
Yeah, great effort from Johnson trying to make up for that turnover in the first half.
Second and goal. On the ground, Beatty crashes in for the score. And Missouri answers back in what has been an explosive second half.
Boy, this game seemed like it was out of hand, but it's really not. They're going to go for 2 here.
In a 13-point game.
Try to get it to 11, which get to touchdown, and a 2-point conversion and a field goal. This game is far from over.
13-point game, yes, to try to get it to 11. Here's Locke throwing, and it is caught for the 2-point conversion. Okuegbunam, the tight end. And it is, in fact, an 11-point game.
That was a big-time throw there.
And Jake Fromm, again, is established, indeed, on the ground. And DeAndre Swift trying to turn the corner.
Number 7, DeAndre Swift.
There was no end of where it takes to go get the story.
Hold on.
Terry Godwin has first down yardage.
So what happened while I was gone? Looks like it got close, huh?
How long did it take you to get up there?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yep.
You can see Truman the Tiger. He's feeling it. Nicknamed Truman because of one of the most famous Missourians ever, President Harry S. Truman. But you already knew that. As Kenny Maynard said, that's common knowledge. Back to open up quarter number 4. And a big shot wide open middle of the field to Mecole Hardman. Hardman for 6. You'll never have an easier touchdown. 54 yards for the score.
One of Jim Chaney's favorite protections, a waggle. You just roll the quarterback out, you move the pocket a little bit, and it gives you time for Mecole Hardman on the outside to go down, up, and to the post. You need time to execute this route. That's why you roll out, and it's perfectly executed from Mecole Hardman, and that speed is deadly on the back end.
Here's Locke, hit as he throws, trying to go back shoulder, and completes. Able to hook up with Albert O.
Well, this is the third or fourth time in this game that the edge pressure has gotten to Drew Lock, and you see outside Albert O is a mismatch. That's a corner, and Stokes trying to guard him, but this is a reoccurring problem. Patrick comes off the edge this time. There's an issue with protection. It's either Locke's responsibility or the tackle's responsibility.
On the ground to Beatty. The catch by Okwuegbunam was his 6th of the game. 4 catches, a $141, 2 touchdowns. He was blowing by some people, but simply unable to do so today. There's Beatty. He'll be knocked out of bounds, short of the first down tonight.
Best pickups for a couple of years back, and Levitt has changed the way Oregon plays defense.
After a couple of down years, trying to get back up to the top. Locke sailed that over Kendall Blanton's head. You see Locke is still picking himself up off the turf.
When this game is over, and if Georgia's able to hold on to this victory, and they're on the team plane going back, Kirby Smart is going to feel real good about DeAndre Walker. They've been trying to find that pass rush. They only came into this game with 1 sack on the season in 3 games, and they have got consistent pressure on Drew Lock in this football game, and that was priority number 1 for Mel Tucker and Kirby Smart.
4th and 1 at midfield. Gonna throw to get it. And complete to Blanton. Looking to jump over the defender inside the 40. Got up on top of Richard LeCount for the gain of 11. Locke's gonna keep it. Up the middle. End zone. Touchdown. Drew Lock runs in for the score.
Football here. If I'm Missouri, I'm going to keep the pressure on defensively. I'm going to come after, try to force a turnover.
On the ground, Elijah Holyfield, and he'll rumble towards midfield. This is significant. Jake Fromm has not seen a 4th quarter. This is the first time he has played in the 4th quarter this season.
Yep.
They have been blowing people out. Austin Peay 45-0. The South Carolina game was a game at the half. It was 41-17 the final. Then for Middle Tennessee, they had them 49-7. So we wanted to ask that. That was the question at the top. Would Georgia be tested into the 4th quarter? And here we are in an 11-point game.
Yep. And this is where they really want to rely on this offensive line. Can Missouri's defensive line continue to play deep into the 4th quarter against this physical approach?
Holyfield on the ground. Not that time. Walter Palmore, the senior from Columbus, comes up to make the big stop. 2nd and 8.
I think Georgia's going to take as much time as they possibly can. No rush at all. Going to bleed as much clock as they can.
Impressed by this Missouri defensive line all day, going up against, like you said, Greasy, an average of 320 pounds across that offensive line, and they have hung in there and fought.
2nd down and 8. It's Holyfield into the secondary and then some. Gain of 19. Look at the Bulldogs again. Thought of so highly by so many. Fromm will keep it. And he'll get slammed down just outside the 20.
In this game, certainly went against Georgia early, but they missed that one.
7 straight running plays. Now they'll throw, and Fromm will skip it to Mecole Hardman. 4th down.
I think Fromm was affected by that hit by Trey Williams. I'll tell you, as a quarterback, when you hand the ball off, your whole body relaxes. You're not anticipating to get hit. And then he got blindside hit in the back, when you're not expecting it. It's one thing when you have the ball and you know, okay, I might get hit, but it might have affected that throw on third down.
This is an important field goal attempt by Rodrigo Blankenship, who made his name with that 55-yard field goal in the Rose Bowl. Hit an overtime 50-yard field goal in the championship game as well. Blankenship, it's blocked! Missouri blocks the 36-yard field goal attempt. Might have been Palmore in the middle. And with 6:08 to go here in the fourth, it stays a two-score game.
They just do not want to go away. This Missouri team has a lot of grit. Kind of mirror their head coach at Barry Odom. Palmore keeps them in this game.
Field goal to keep it a two-score game. Well, keep it an 11-point game. Yep. And we'll see how Locke responds. It's Albert O on the receiving end. Hunt for a touchdown. That's Stokes in the bottom of your screen. See if Locke looks that way. That ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage. It will fall harmlessly away. David Marshall able to knock that one down. Locke sails it. Could not hit Albert O again, and it's Mark Webb on the coverage. And it brings up a 4th and 3. And I think you got to go here. Missouri has 2 timeouts remaining, but with 5 minutes left, trailing by 11.
Yeah, this is probably a 50-50 deal here. I mean, you got the 2 timeouts. I might punt this football, see if we can get a stop, but they've had such a hard time stopping the run game with Georgia that I can see why Barry Odom decided to go for it.
So here we go. Rushing really free. Locke able to complete very close to the marker. It's Crockett out of the backfield, and he didn't get to the line to gain.
Boy, that's great effort from DeAndre Baker. He was actually on the ground and was able to make the tackle from a prone position on the ground. There's Baker on the ground, doesn't give up on it, and comes up, and I think you're right. I think he came up short.
Line judge has a nice view of it. Chris Conway is the line judge. We'll bring the sticks out.
That's short.
But it looked like when he caught the ball, he was going to be able to get there. And that Georgia defense closed fast. Missouri turns it over on downs. Georgia football up 11. Third and 11. Fromm will take a shot. Down the sideline. It is caught. Riley Ridley went up to get it for the first down. Well, you think they're going to run the ball and choose some more clock?
I love it. I love this play call. Great position on the back shoulder throw. That's an unbelievable catch from Riley Ridley. They have taken advantage of DeMarcus Acey and man-to-man coverage repeatedly in this football game.
It's good for 28 yards and great body position. The footwork by Ridley as well. Impressive in that spot.
You know, they've been looking for somebody, right, to step up. Javon Wims is gone, and if they're going to go where they want to go, where Georgia fans think they can go, they're going to need number 8, Riley Ridley, to step up this season.
Now on the ground to Holyfield. Turn the corner. Lower those shoulder pads, and the clock will wind. I think they probably caught the Missouri defense napping. They were expecting a run there, too.
That's been an impressive game from Georgia. Hasn't been pretty by any stretch. Okay, they didn't do much offensively at all in the first half, but in the second half they started to throw the ball down the field a little bit to Hardman for a big touchdown, and now to Ridley on a third down, and they've got it going.
It's Hardman takes the direct snap out of the Wildcat. Nicole Hardman, and he's dropped by Chris Turner. It'll be 4th down, but there is a flag down.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 77 offense. 15-yard penalty from the succeeding spot. The down counts. It's 4th down. That was number 77's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game.
And that's not going to be his last, by the way. That's Cade Mays. He is supposed to have a real nasty edge to him. He's a tough guy. He's a true freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee. They have very high hopes for him.
There's a 5-star offensive tackle, a big get for Kirby Smart, and just a little push back and forth, and Elliott gives him a shove. They always catch the second guy, just in case you didn't know that.
Yeah. How many star recruit again were you, Grease? I keep forgetting that. Was it?
Yeah, they didn't have stars back then.
Got it.
That was a bad call, too. It's just a little push on the shoulder. This crew needs to toughen up a little bit, like Uga.
He looks rough and ready, too.
The side profile is the best of the Bulldog. Drool and the tongue. It's not even hot today.
He's looking for lunch. Rodrigo Blankenship, a 40-yard attempt. He's just 2 for 4. The last time, remember, they blocked field goal to keep it an 11-point game. This to make it a 14-point lead for the number 2 team in the country, Georgia.
Complimentary cast of offensive players that have let him down today.
And it's too easy to probably say the Georgia defense forced all those. Some of those were really self-inflicted turnovers by Missouri. See that logo? That is not a decal. That is not a lazy sticker. That is painted on the helmets. The Gold Rush here at Missouri. So good job by the equipment people. And a good job by Gear Up. They'll turn it over on downs with a minute 18 left. But Georgia was in an 11-point game. Maybe they found out something about themselves. They'll be tested further down the road. Maybe they found a little bit more about themselves here today.
I really like the way they finished on offense and running the football. They came in and kicked that field goal. Don't leave anything to doubt. Jake Fromm was efficient. He's been efficient all year. But I really thought he played well in the second half. And one of the things he said he wanted to improve on in the offseason was crunch time, decision-making, and making plays. And in the second half, when this game was still in the balance, he made those big plays down the field.
Georgia's going to go to 4-0 overall, 2-0 in the SEC for the 3rd time in 4 years, but I think that means little to their fans. The season cannot be a success unless or until they get to the SEC championship game, the playoff, and then the national championship game. When you've been there and been so close as they were a year ago, that fabulous Rose Bowl and the fabulous championship game a year ago, both going to overtime. Pretty entertaining afternoon.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that game in Death Valley when Georgia plays LSU on the 13th. That'll be a dandy.
Well, this one had everything. Number 2, Georgia, a winner 43-29 here in Columbia over Mizzou. Up next, the Big 12 showdown. Kansas State takes on West Virginia. With Brian Greasy, Todd McShay, producer Josh Hoffman, director Mike Schwab. I'm Steve Levy. So long as we send you to Mountaineer Field.